Hello everyone, welcome to the Kartfabrique in Utrecht, where today we're gonna have lots of time improvement as well as a lot of fun with my fiance, who is also gonna improve her time, and we also have her POV again, and I promise you it will be more than last time. We'll also show her a quick slap, but we're gonna be doing real well. It's the second heat, we are not alone on track, not just the two of us, we actually have two more people on track, so that's also going to be a lot of fun. Now we decided to do our own thing this heat, so I just go flat out as fast as I can, and my fiance will do the same. She started behind me, and we'll see if we can catch up. At the end of this heat we're going to be improving, so we'll see if that is possible. Now going through the left hander, we actually hit the wall a little bit because we are still on cold tires, and my fiance here will do also the same. When she goes to the right hander, she's a bit of understeer, hits the wall on entry and on exit, so that's a bit unfortunate, but she doesn't really understand quite how it is to drive with cold tires, that it's definitely a little bit more difficult than with hot, warm, sticky tires. And that's something we can tell you if you are new to karting, that you have to warm up your tires, make sure they're not cold, and that's definitely gonna improve your lap time, because going through these corners I just don't have quite the same grip with cold tires. Gonna be sliding, understeering more, and maybe hitting a corner. So when we see my fiance again, she has some understeer and hits the apex at the exit of that corner, so that's a bit unfortunate for her. Switching back to me, we're also gonna see how I'm getting close, but can't quite get as close to the apex as I normally would, which means that we still have to warm up the tires, make sure we get a little bit more grip, and then we can go push to set a new personal best. And we're gonna be pushing throughout this heat, but we do have a little bit of more oversteer. As you can see, I have to correct the steering wheel a little bit, and that means the tires are still quite cold. Sliding through the final corner there as well, and through this corner we make a mistake, we go wide, we actually close the pit exit, because that is not a heavy barrier. We just slide it out of the way and no one can exit the pit. Now with a 51.9 is a decent lap time, and the tires are getting up to temperature, so that is really good. Now this track is quite cold. It's actually, although it's in a factory, it has, as you can see, quite a lot of opening, quite a lot of room for the air to flow through. That means it's quite cold in here, and that when it's cold outside, which is because it's getting into winter and it's also getting quite dark, it means that it's quite cold and you need a little bit of time to warm up, not just the tires, also make sure you warmed up yourself, because you can get quite cold when you are waiting for the heat to start. But we actually are catching up to the first bit of traffic, so two other people on track, so two people that are a little bit slower, and we're gonna be trying to overtake as quickly as possible. A little bit of a weird line, we're gonna stick behind though through the first corner, not make any weird moves. Now we're gonna dive down the inside here, because there's just enough room when we get past quite quickly, but that is gonna mean that we did improve on our last lap time at 51.175, so that's good improvement, but we do need to push a little bit more, which we can't if we have traffic, but that's just the name of the game. It's okay, it happens. And now we're just gonna see if we can actually improve our lap time into the 50 seconds. It's gonna be quite difficult, but we're gonna be pushing for it when the tires are up to temperature. We do still have some traffic that we're gonna encounter later in this video, so we're gonna hope that it's not on our quickest lap. We'll see if that happens. For now, just pushing through this lap, seeing where the grip is, where the track is at its best, and where we have to be a little bit more careful, getting closer to those barriers every lap again, because every heat you have to kind of dial back into the track. Now we go wide, trying to actually get some more speed, but the cart bogged down, so that unfortunately didn't quite work as much as I wanted, and I make a mistake, slide the cart, and you see my hand on the steering wheel. I also looked up because that was quite annoying for myself. Of course it's gonna be still a decent lap, but definitely not as quick as I wanted it to be, so that's a bit unfortunate for us, and that is something definitely we're gonna have to work on, to be consistent through the corners and then try and improve our lap, because this is just hot lapping, trying to do everything we can to get a quicker lap time, but it also means that a little mistake just throws away the lap, and we don't really have anything that we can do anymore with that lap, so we're gonna have to be careful with that and not make any silly mistakes, because we are pushing too hard. For now we're just gonna try and build up to a 51 and then try to get into those 50-second lap times, because you can definitely have to build up to that. You can't just do a 53 and then go back down to a personal best, or it is possible of course, but I find that I kind of build up my laps and then go quicker and quicker and quicker. You have been able to see that in the videos last time that I was at the team sport in Utrecht where I went quicker throughout the heats. You're gonna kind of have to build up, and that is always how I work when I'm getting back to a circuit or a track. You first have to work up to it. We're gonna go to the left and we hit the wall, we hit it quite hard, and there is gonna cost us a little bit of lap time, so we're definitely not gonna be improving on our last lap, or our best lap I must say. Our last lap was a 51.4, so we'll be right about that with that little mistake, and we're gonna be pushing the next. It's gonna be the quickest lap as well, so I'm just gonna have you look at that quickest lap and enjoy it. And there we go, that was my fastest lap of this session. Unfortunately not going to improve in the last couple of minutes, but that is also because we have some traffic right in front of us, even though there's only 2 other people on track. They're a little bit slower than me, and my fiance is also there, and we're gonna encounter her at the end. For now this traffic takes a little bit of a weird line. We're just gonna do a switchback and go around the outside, getting into this back straight, and there we go. Only a few tenths lost, and the lap time is gonna reflect that. It's gonna be 51.2, so if we didn't have that traffic would probably improve, but that's how it works with a rental car, and you can't really do anything about it unless you're alone on track, which most of the time today we are, but unfortunately this time we were not. We're gonna be improving in heat 3 though, so stay tuned for that next week. For now we're just gonna look at the next lap. It's gonna be quite close, just about half of a tenth above our best lap, so unfortunately not quite an improvement. But we're also gonna switch to my fiance, because she's also encountering traffic, because she is quicker than the other 2 people on track, and I have not seen her deal with traffic, not in real life or even from her POV, so we're gonna switch to that right now and we're gonna see how she does. So going through this corner it's just me, and then we're at my fiance's POV. She's sticking behind, quite difficult to overtake in this section because she has just normally flat out but quite narrow, and you're taking the apexes, so she's sticking behind. She's not going full throttle. She can definitely go quicker, and that traffic is actually getting a blue flag, getting out of the way, and there my fiance goes on the inside, and now she's gonna go on throttle a little bit more. I'm also right behind both of them, so we're just gonna stick behind, gonna see how we can overtake first this girl and then my fiance. Maybe we're gonna actually do the same move as we've done in the beginning with the friend she is with, so a good move, an identical move, and now we're gonna see how quickly we can catch up with my fiance. Going through the technical sections, the left rights, we are catching up quite quickly, but going onto the straight there's a little bit more time to find, and going onto the left-hander then for the braking zone for the hairpin we close up massively. We are just quick, we're taking more speed through the corners, which is what she will be improving on in her fastest lap. She gets a blue flag, but she didn't see it. It was quite late. The blue flag was just behind her, so she couldn't quite see it, so we're just sticking behind, seeing where we can make that move. Through the technical section, not quite enough room, but going to the double hairpin we actually have more speed. Go down the inside, and there we go. Looking from her POV, it looks quite good as well. We're just sticking it down the inside. There we go, enough room, no contact, and a beautiful move. So my fiance also just let me through there, because she's now trying to stick behind, and maybe she'll gain more lap time just following me. But for now it's not her quickest lap, so we're not gonna ride on board with her lap now, because I've driven away quite quickly there. I have taken more speed through these technical sections, and that's gonna be a difference of a few seconds each lap, and that's, like I said, gonna be her biggest improvement and something she can improve on in the future. Just taking more speed through these corners, which is quite difficult. You're just gonna have to build up that speed, get used to that speed, realize you can go quicker and get closer to the barriers, and that's gonna be quite a lot of improvement for her. For now we're just trying to improve our own lap. It's not gonna work, unfortunately, because we have been having a lot of oversteer and just pushing a little bit too much, like through this left-hander, having some oversteer, losing a little bit too much speed, meaning we're not improving on this lap, but we're gonna stick to my fiance's POV now. We're gonna switch over and look at her quickest lap. She's a little bit behind me, but that's okay. Here we go. Her fastest lap, going through the right hander, taking more speed. I'm right in front of her, so she is trying to copy my lines better through the right hander there, and then taking more speed through the left right here. Just a tiny break, a little bit less braking than previously, and here she only has a little lift. There we go, full throttle through this straight, going onto the left hander, still full throttle. She, I think, has a little lift. That's okay. A little bit early braking for this hairpin, so she can improve there, but that's fine. Going onto the straight, doing decently good. Well, a little bit of a break, but good speed through the corner, then left, then right. Then she thought she was going flat out, but she's just lifting a little bit there, and that's okay. Again here, a little lift, maybe a little bit too much steering that bogs the car down. Then through the left right double hairpin, that's okay. A little bit type of the wall, but that doesn't cost her too much time. She can take a little bit more speed, but still good time here, and there we go. And then she is going to go across the line, and that's going to be a 55.3, so that's 2 seconds improvement for her last lap, so that's really good. Unfortunately, that's also the end of the session, so I'm on my in lap. I'm actually already entering the pit, but we're gonna switch back to my fiance because she didn't realize that the session had finished and is still pushing, and is gonna be a little bit spooked by the flag and actually hit the wall because she didn't steer enough. When she saw the marshal, she was a little bit spooked, but that's okay. It can happen. Something that you will learn with time, to look out for kind of things like this. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment what we could be doing better, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.